Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials here. Today I'm going to bring you another one of my detailed Extreme Track tutorials, this time on a track called Frostbite. I've had a stack of comments on my videos about this. People like Astatine, Timmy K916, and also a guy called Andy Krem. And I'm sure another number of others, Twitter, wherever else you chat with me. Everyone's been asking, and it all pretty much, I mean, I can go through and do a detailed tutorial of this track if you think it'll be helpful. Let me know in the comments if you want me to go through the rest, but it all pretty much focuses on one particular obstacle. As with all the extremes, definitely use the Pit Viper, at least when you're trying to be consistent and starting out. It's the second, third checkpoint in the game, and you'll all know what I'm talking about, I'm sure already, and the reason why you're watching this video is because it's giving you grief. Not going to bother talking about the first or second little checkpoints here, because... Anyway, I'm down. This is the obstacle people are going to be struggling with. So what I thought I'd firstly do is just go through this, and whether you can slow this down on your end or not, unfortunately I don't have the ability to do slow motion on my side, so it's going to be a little tricky to explain. I'm going to go in a lot of details and talk a little bit about the physics here, but I think it's important for you to understand it, because that's ultimately what this game is all about. To give you an idea of what we're trying to achieve, something like that. I'm trying not to hit the checkpoint, but this is, to give you an idea, some level of consistency. Put a bit of stuff up. There you go. So that's what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, I think what we need to do is probably talk about this in two separate parts. The first part is how to consistently get the right jump from this platform onto the first ledge, and it's crucial because what you're trying to do here is a jump down onto a static platform and then two consecutive bunny hops to get up to a high platform. The only way you're going to achieve that is by keeping your momentum. And you saw the ones that I did there. It needs to be one fluid motion to get to the top. You may be able to get to the second platform and stop and recover, but you really, I mean, if at all possible, and if it is sort of within your capabilities, I would strongly suggest you try and complete it the way I am, because it just makes it the easiest way to get through this. And I think it was the way the obstacle was designed, and it is very hard. To get to the platform, I mean, when I get to the other side here, you'll see, I'll try and sort of steady myself on this platform here, alright? There is barely enough room for the Pit Viper. It's sort of enough space. It's enough space for the bike and not much else. And you'll see, if you steady yourself on that first platform, you will not be able to make that height. You don't get enough power. There's not enough run-up for you to make this. So you have to do at least the first two in one fluid motion. Why? I just got... Okay, thanks Xbox One, I appreciate that. Okay, so what you want to do here, I've also found if you stay seated on the bike here and try and do a bunny hop, or if you try and do like the sort of biggest bunny hop imaginable, you tend, more often than not, you'll end up with your front wheel sort of hanging off over the edge. I'm not doing it justice here, but yeah, you need a consistent way to hit this jump. So without further ado, let me tell you how I do this and how I propose you do. I would suggest you start from a standing position, not seated, not with your body weight leaning forward over the bike, but just in the same standing position you are when you reset from a checkpoint. You want to accelerate, you want to be at 100% acceleration by the time you get to the end of the ramp, but if you just mash the trigger right here, your front wheel is going to lift up too high. You see how the front wheel just lifted up there? What I want you to do is to, between this spot and about this spot, you want to ease it into 100% throttle. It takes a little bit of practice, but you need to make a very conscious decision not to just hold the accelerator down at 100% the whole way, because your front wheel will lift up, it will ruin your trajectory over this first jump and will end up making you land in the wrong spot. So from here, 0%, by the time you get to about here, 100%, and by the time you get to here, lean your body weight forward. Don't try and do a bunny hop. Don't try and lean back and forward and do all this really complex stuff. No, standing, 0%, here 100%, and then by the time you get to here, lean your body weight forward. Now I'll show you this again. And you see that? There we go. Look at that. Nice and easy. The second part of the jump is the bunny hop here. The reason why this is so difficult, and it's going to be very difficult for me to explain, is as you're in the air, you're going to be leaning forward as you launch from this. While you're in the air, you actually want to sit back on the bike to get the bike into the right... actually, as you're about to come in contact with the angled platform down the bottom there, you kind of need to have your bike with in an orientation, you need to adjust the rotation of the bike so your rear wheel comes in contact with the platform first. That's where all your power comes from. If your rear wheel doesn't maintain solid contact with the platform during the entire time you're in contact with it, you won't get enough power to push you up to the next level. So the crucial part is here is that when you launch from this ramp, you're going to be leaning forward and your front wheel is likely to hit the ramp first. You need to make a conscious decision to sit back on the bike in midair to rotate your bike so that the back wheel will hit first. However, as you land, you don't want to be sitting on your back wheel. This is so hard to explain. You don't want to be sitting on your back wheel when you land because you won't be able to build up enough spring. So when I talk about the bunny hop technique in this game, it's about loading the back springs of the bike. Again, this is all physics here. It's about building up the potential energy in the rear springs of the bike to give you the spring to launch yourself up. So what you need to do is be leaning forward as you launch yourself off this ramp. Sit down on the bike to rotate it so your rear wheel will come in contact with the platform first. As you get close to the platform, you want to sit forward again, right? Still keeping your rear wheel touching first, but as you're about to come in contact with the bike, you want to sit forward, and then as your rear wheel comes in contact with the bike, you want to then sit down over the back. What that last little adjustment's doing is loading the springs of the bike. So you need to first, so it's in three parts. The speed and the trajectory that you launch from this platform is number one. Number two is getting the bike in the correct orientation so the rear wheel comes in contact with the platform first, only slightly, but first. Always make sure that your front wheel also hits the platform, and it's crucial that you've got that angle to get the right bunny hop. But the third part is to ensure that just as you're about to hit the platform, to give you that spring, you need to lean forward, back, forward. So as you do the bunny hop, you start the bunny hop. As your rear wheel touches the platform, you sit. Yeah, so you start like this. As your rear wheel touches the platform, you sit back, and then within half a second afterwards, you flick back up to commence the sort of bunny hop section afterwards. And I know that was probably very difficult to follow, and I apologize. If that didn't make sense, or if you guys are still stuck on that, please let me know, and maybe I will actually have to do something with a bit of slow motion and take a bit more time to edit that properly. But let me show you again here. Standing position, gently ease into 100%, flick forward. Now, I'm actually hoping that if you guys have got the ability to even watch this in sort of frame by frame to see what I do. There, forward, back, and up again. And then as you're getting close to the second platform, you obviously want to lift your rear wheel back up again. Yeah, I'm faulting on purpose here. Let me just do this a bunch more times, and hopefully you can pick up on it. Forward, back, forward, back. Forward, back, forward, back. Yeah, now talking about it while I do it is hard as well. There we go. So look, forward. Now look, rotate the bike. Rear wheel first. Forward, rotate the bike. And get the spring. And then the second one, you just stay seated over the bike. So what you should do is keep your momentum all the way through. Stay seated and then launch yourself off the second platform. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Yeah, I can't even say it quick enough, guys. It really does happen that quick. And what you want to do is when you're going up onto that second platform, you really want to make sure your rear wheel gets in contact. As you can see, you need to be seated for the second platform, obviously. That was too far. Yeah, you want to be seated for the second platform and then launch yourself up and do another bunny hop off the top one. So look, now I'm rushing it, so one more time, come on. Here we go. That was either one of the best tutorials I've ever done, or probably one of the worst. Like I said, in the format that I'm recording these at the moment, doing the sort of the live recording of them does make things a little bit hard. So I can only apologize if that was just a complete waste of time. I really hope it wasn't. I hope if you can sort of, you know, pay a bit of attention to what I was doing, watch what the bike does. I tried to do it, I tried to repeat it enough times where, you know, it would actually make sense and you can see what I'm doing. It's a very tough obstacle, guys. I mean, you know this. You're watching this video because it is. But, yeah, that's... I'm doing rubbish at this because I'm talking. I'm not going to bother, I'm just going to sign off. Anyway, look, if you need me to go over that again, like I said, do a bit of slow motion and try and edit that. I can try to, it's just going to take me a while. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll wrap up the video here, and if you've got any other questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks, guys.